Bate. Yo. Looks like gold's starting to move right now. What's good? We're live here. New York session's starting soon. Market's been consolidating all night. I think gold's trying to break out to the upside. I think we're trying to go up. I think we're trying to continue. I sent some analysis last night. And I said, you know, price now reacting inside of this area. So one thing I was saying is if we can get a strong close above 46.25, we were talking about that. We were talking about this last night. Anybody who was on the streams last night, and I did an inner circle stream. If you're in the inner circle, I did a stream. We talked about if it can get above 46.25, if it can get above this resistance. I went over that on stream. I dropped this in the chat as well. Because I ended up catching a trade based on this. Based on this, I ended up catching a trade. I sent a signal out. Late last night. For any of you guys inside the inner circle, I sent a signal out. I sent this area. And if you look at that area and what I was talking about last night, you know, before I sent that signal, I was talking about this. If we can maybe go up and pull back, right? And, you know, look at the signal I send, 46.25, 46.20 area. So why am I sending that signal? Why am I sending 46.20? You know, because the market, again, it broke above. It broke above that area, right? That I'm looking for maybe continuations because price is strong right now. That zone held, like that zone. It missed the entry. I caught the entry like right there, but it ended up coming right down to my zone and respected the area. It's still holding that area. And it looks like we've just been consolidating above 46.25. I said 46.25 last night for anybody who was on the streams. And this was the chart I was running down last night on the streams I did last night. Was talking about if we get above 46.25, that could be important. I'm in buys on gold. Like I'm holding buys. I have entries around 46.25, 46.30. Like I have some entries on gold that I'm holding. But it hit like that trade almost hit all the take profits. Like it just missed. It's been pretty much playing above that zone in like 46.30, you know, like 46.30, 46.25, 46.20. Looks like price is consolidating. It may want to break up. It looks like we want to maybe go break out upwards. Maybe a breakout's coming on gold. Looks like it wants to break out to the upside, in my opinion. And yeah, we've been holding above this resistance, 46.25. Since then, since it broke up, right when it broke up, I was looking for the signal. Like, right when it broke here is when I sent that signal. Right when it broke out of 46.25. I pretty much sent that signal on this candle when it was broken out. It almost pulled right back. It hit like 46. I was entering when this was pulling back. I was getting ready for it. And then it quickly went up, but it came back. It came back to 46.25, 46.20. That's the area I called out tonight. I've called out one signal every day this week so far. I called out one Monday morning. I called out one yesterday. And then I dropped one. I dropped a signal yesterday in the public chat. I've called out one signal every day. This one, last night trade, the trade I called out yet. Look at the zone I gave you guys yesterday. 45.80, 45.75 area. Go look at that area. Go look at the chart. I've called out 3 trades this week. This was the 3rd one. And yeah, so far it's like maintaining that area. Like it's still above the area. I think it might hold that area. Like price is just consolidating, looking like it wants to break out, like it wants to try to go higher for gold. If gold hit 5,000, maybe middle of the year or by end of the year, you know, middle of the year, end of the year, it's either in the next 3 months or by end of the year. If it doesn't happen in the next 3 months, it'll probably take till the end of the year to do that. Might happen in the next, it might go close, might try to go to 5,000 in the next 3 months. I think we're gonna break out. I was literally about to send a signal when price was here for 46.30, 46.25 area. I was about to send a signal in the chats for 46.30, 46.25 area. I'm about to record some trade breakdown. Someone just asked about stop loss, take profit. Like, yeah, like, it's easy for me to do that. I could do that with the trades I send. Like, you know, like I send signals, so I'm actually, every signal I sent this week after this session, like I'm going to be on for a little bit here. I'm going to record some trade breakdowns for the inner circle. If you're in the inner circle, I'm going to record some trade breakdowns. Stop loss, take profit. I talk about that usually when I break down the trades I send. I did a lesson actually. I don't know if you're in the inner circle, but I literally did a lesson on stop losses, a bit about stop loss last night. One moment, just looking at gold real quick. Yeah, price pretty much just consolidating above the high, guys. It looks like it wants to break out. Like we're still in bullish structure. Price is strong. We might get a breakout to the upside today. Pretty much tonight. Just spent time consolidating. So we're holding above that 46.25. We're probably gonna hold above that. We might try to get pullbacks to like 46.30, 46.25 one more time. Like that area is holding. We might try to break out to like 46.50. We could be trying to go to 46.50 on gold. I mean, this area has support, so we'd pretty much maybe be looking for that to hold today. If any pullbacks happen to that area, the market might respect it one more time. If there's any like pullbacks to that area, maybe the market can respect that area one more time and have like a breakout to the upside. If not, it'd be going for like a bigger retracement and we'd end up finding maybe a different entry. But this is what is pretty much in the charts in front of us right now. Like we're consolidating above this key breakout area. Maybe we can maintain that consolidation. I got a breakout to the upside. Like it's not an entry rate. It's not a good entry right now, but there might be pullbacks to this morning. Entries to find later today to try to get that breakout up. It looks like price wants to try to break out to the upside, like I said. Bum, bum, bum. Like with stop loss is more important. It's about the entry and where the stuff. Like I'll always be catching pips regardless, but like stop loss, because I use zones, so I don't just use like, oh, I'm gonna use 50 pips, so I'm gonna use 100 pips. I use entry zones, so I keep my stop loss outside my entry zone. Honestly, it's really simple. I keep it near structure. Like I keep my stop loss near structure points. So there was a trade I sent yesterday. Where is it? Yesterday I sent a trade right here for a buy at 45, or not yesterday, Monday morning. Monday morning I sent a buy here in this area. Now my stop loss was at the low. Like I'll put my stop loss at a place where where structure is, where recent structure is, somewhere I can see with structure. Like this is where I was entering. So I won't use X amount of pips. And I'll find a zone because I had an entry zone. So my stop loss again was here at 81 at this low. Was able to catch this move. I'll use structure. Like I went over a good lesson last night on this. And I'm about to record some videos. I'm about to record some videos on this and add it to trade breakdowns. Like I sent 3 trades this week. The other one was here. We entered it live actually. Where was that? Here. My stop loss was over here at this structure, like over here. And then I sent a trade tonight. My stop loss was outside here. Like right here at this structure. I've sent 3 entry zones this week. 3 entry zones this week. One was here. One was here. And one last night. I've sent three entry zones. One of them could have been a huge trade. This one, 45.80, 45.75. I sent that entry zone. Went over it live as well. The entry zone I sent last night is still holding. Like the analysis, and I went over it. Like a lot of the trades I send, I go over the analysis. So like if you look at the last 3 trades I sent, that's where my stop loss was on all of them. That was last night. So stop loss is here at a structure point. Enough to make me catch the trade. Like I'm still in the trade. I'm still holding it. You know, I was able to make some money on this trade and re-enter. So like this is the trade I'm in. And yeah, like stop loss, this is the trade that I took. I'm still holding it. I might break out. If this breaks out, might be able to catch a good move, but that's the trade that I'm really in. My stop loss is at that low, or was. You can see this right here. So from the zone, it's like 50. This one's like 50 to 100 pips from the zone, like at the bottom part of the zone. That's the trade. Like this trade at the bottom part of the zone. Well, we caught it here at 45.80. Could have caught it at 45.75 if you stuck with it, but that was later on. So I'll use a structure point. Take profits as well. I aim for like structure points or whole numbers that I think the market can come back to. I'll use whole numbers. Yeah, gold's been consolidating. Like an okay entry would be like 46.30. I mean, if it can pull back maybe to 46.25. For now, we're above 46.25. I think we might remain above it. New York session's been bullish early on. There's been some bullish movement in New York session. Most days. Well, yeah, I think gold will try to break out today, or, I mean, we got the breakout. We were talking about the breakout last night. on stream. We're talking about if this thing could break out. So it did break out. It did retest. It's been just consolidating. This consolidation might hold. Gold's strong. Silver's like $91. Silver's strong. $91. Looks like this thing's on the way to $100, to be honest. Silver's price is strong, really strong. Broke above $90 now. Silver's above 90. Short term, it might try to stay above 90. Like it's already doing that. Might try to stay above 90. Silver's pumping. Probably going to go to $100 soon. Might go to $100 fast. So gold just has a consolidation. Like all London session was kind of like up and down. All the pullbacks have been buying. Like every pullback pretty much turns into a buy. But it's been consolidating. Hopefully it can just kind of stay in this consolidation and break out to today in a couple hours. New York session's coming soon, so if we're gonna get a breakout, probably be New York session. 46.30, that's like an all right entry. Well, right now it's at 46.35, not a good entry. Have to see maybe if it comes back to 46.30, 46. I'm in buys, just trying to hold for New York and see how it plays out. I think this consolidation's trying to break out. We can stay above 46. Yeah, like if it breaks 46.20, then what we're looking at is maybe like invalid. You know, we're above here, consolidating. You can see when I go to the smaller time frame, just kind of sideways. So yeah, if we break underneath 46.20, it's more like invalidated. I don't know. I think yeah, watch it. See if there's good entries. Like right now is not a good price. Just pumped up. Could try to pull back. I think there's like a breakout coming. I think we're getting a breakout coming. Nice, nice, nice. How many strategies did you go through? You found the right one? I mean, I don't know, probably a bunch of useless ones. Can't really say the exact number because, you know, probably a bunch of useless ones. I don't know the exact number, to be honest. I mean, there is trial and error, and there's a lot of information in trading. It's like knowing more information isn't going to change the outcome always. So yeah, like it's more about applying things too. If you don't apply things, you end up knowing more strategies. Like if you don't apply things that you learn, you end up trying to learn more and more and figure out more strategies. Yeah, we are consolidating. Are we gonna get a break? Even this has like a 5-minute like a resistance here that it might try to break and retest. I think we get sells today. I don't know, sells. We broke on the 4 hour, so like if you look at the 4 hour, like we're above. Maybe there's a sell that's like quick. I don't think we're getting like a huge drop if there's a sell. If there's a sell, I think it would be maybe something like this that comes in quick. Pulls back, or like one of these moves quicker down. 4 hours pretty much now above the area we talked about last night, like that resistance at 46.25 level. 4 hours above that, pretty solid now. So I think I think we're maintaining that more. Silver's up almost 5%. Silver, yeah. If you look at silver's change, we're up almost. It's up almost 5%. Silver. looks like a breakout's coming, like maybe even this resistance. You see we're really close to this resistance here on like the 15-minute and 5-minute. Maybe even this like breaks out. Gives like a mini retest, scalping setup, potentially something to maybe go with the flow real quick to catch like a mini move. That's something as well we could potentially see. Like I think because the 4-hour, like we have this consolidation, that's a 4-hour closing above, like 4 hours closed above this resistance. That's pretty strong. That's like a bullish indicator for me. How do I pick TP? I mean, using kind of like the same thing I just said with stop losses. I mean, I went over a lesson last night. It was a good lesson. I forget exactly where I was explaining it last night on Inner Circle session. I think it was over here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. I forget exactly where I was looking at it. It was up here. There we go. I was doing a lesson like here, for example, like stop loss location. Like someone asked, like here, for example, looking for break and retest here in the market. Like where should I put my stop loss? Realistically down here, like near here, near the low. Now that's pretty far, so it's like I want to be near there. Now that's huge, so I wouldn't use that. I'd maybe go like halfway because that's really, really big. Up here, for example, I was going over a good lesson last night. I forget exactly how I did it, but it was sort of in this area. Like I was talking about zones. It was a longer lesson. I'm just briefly talking about it right now. This is just brief, but we're talking about zones because I like to use $5 zones. So I'll put my stop loss based on the end of the zone, not the start of the zone. So if it's like 40, like here, there's a good entry zone. But I'll base my stop loss on the bottom of the zone that I'm getting. And I'll try to use structure, so it's like here, there's a low. That's where the stop loss should go. Relatively near that low would be protective. Right, in an instance like this. There was a trade I sent last week. I sent a trade right here. Last week I sent a trade right here for buys. Last week I sent a buy right here. In this area. Now I'm pretty sure the stop loss was like around this low. For that trade. Right around this low. I know I sent that buy last week. Somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. SL 4440. 4440 is near the low. All the stuff I teach you guys and explain, I do based off of real-time trades that I send and take. That I send to thousands of people. There's 3,900 people in here. So hundreds of people, maybe you can see in 1K, you know, you can see how many people see them, but hundreds of people, at least thousands with Discord as well. So I'm teaching you guys things that I'm actually doing with you guys, like, or sending to you guys too. Like, I'm not just going back at like random spots on the chart. All these examples I show on stream are examples of trades we've taken, trades I've sent. I'm going back in places. I'm not doing things in hindsight. I'm doing things that you know, I've actually executed on and actually sent out. So like here, 4440 stop loss. That's near the low. And I mean, even if I held that trade, the entry zone was 4455, 4450. So even if I held that trade, my stop loss was in a good place. Drawdown, could have went in drawdown. But stop loss still would have been in a good place to potentially catch a move in the short term, long term, a good entry, right? I sent you guys that trade last week, by the way. Again, just had to say that one more time. Maybe break and retest on the resistance on the highs. We are just ranging at it. We might go for that if momentum just keeps breaking out strong. Gold looks strong to me. Still feels strong. If you're trying to catch like the top, it's kind of going against the grain. You know, if you're trying to catch the top, catch a huge sell reversal. Maybe that happens towards the end of the week, like Friday. Like if you're trying to, if you're trying to catch like a huge like sell on gold long term, it's a harder trade to time. You'd have to like use like times where you're taking your. If you look at like New York session the last 2 days, like kind of in the middle of New York session or like a couple hours into New York session, there's been some sells. You'd have to attempt probably a good amount of sells before you get that swing. So you'd have to attempt them at different times where the market tends to maybe give you those sell entries. But yeah, let's see gold right now. Like I said, nothing. I mean, not really nothing. Like we're at a pretty much new all-time high. Like I said, we're above this resistance. So for me, as long as we stay above that, I'm maybe going to be adding to my buys or looking for a new buy entry. I'll try to send a signal out for a new entry. If you're in the inner circle, I sent a perfect zone last night. That was based on everything I analyzed before I sent that. And that zone literally reacted perfectly. Hopefully you guys were able to catch a trade. I didn't even look and see if there was any results and stuff, but some commotion going on in here. Only Evans ideas. $300 deposited, $2,000 profit. Right there, they just paid for their inner circle. Lifetime access right there, paid for. Lifetime access paid for. Pretty much right there. Lifetime access paid. Only Evans ideas. $300. Oh, yo, some sells. Whoa, 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 whoa. 45.80. There it is. Oh, this guy's going for the $39 flip. How'd that go? This guy be flipping $50 accounts every week to like $800, $600. Last week it was what, $50 to $810, or like $65 to $810. This week it's $39 to $600, over $600. Man, I've taught some people some real shit. Even says here, look. I'm going to talk about percentages. It's 2 days, huge, 15x in 2 days. A lot of studying, We had one person go from $500 to $5,000. Doesn't say the deposit, but that's what they said, 500 to 5,000. I mean, they're up 5,132. $500 to 5,000. That's some crazy stuff. This right here is a great testimonial. Just from your teachings, I'm able to take trades on my own now. I used to just wait for signals. I was afraid of taking trades on my own. Thank you, Evan. Building traders. That's crazy. Yesterday, 39. 212. Now it's at $600. Last of the day. 350 to 924. 924 to 11. Okay, 350 to 1100. They made 1400 yesterday. We literally have results every day. Even if people don't post, there's results every day. I think it's like common now. Best trading day, $750 on the day. That's a solid day. This person went from $30 to 140. See, like, trading, if you actually, like, look at the trades, for example, they went from $30 to made $140. 4x. That's 4xing their account. That's like skill set right there. Like, if you have the skill set, you could be able to grow an account. It doesn't matter if it's, you know, $29, for example, I think it was, or $39. Two people. This person grew $39 to $600, and then we just saw another person. Just found another person who grew $30 to $140 profit, 4x. There's skill set with this person also, from $80 to $280 profit. I mean, if you have the skill set down, I don't know where that one went. I lost it, but if you have the skill set down, I mean, it's not about how much money you have in your account. I took $1,700 this week to $9,000 in 2 days. Well, like 3 technically-ish now. So, like, it's, even for me, that's a good week. It's a decent week in 3 days, $1,700 to $9,000. On the week, what's the week? For the week, I have $8,072 profit. So, decent week. Couple days trading, not starting with a big balance. I mean, when you have the skill set down, a lot of people say it takes money to make money. I agree. There's different ways we could look at this. If you have a big account, you can trade much differently too. But when I started trading, I didn't have a lot of money. Here we go, another 2.2x. Fucking Paul out here. Not bad in 2 days. So yeah, everybody has their different lanes. Like, you gotta look at what lane you're in of your life trading. If it's making an extra $250 a week, or an extra $500 a week, or an extra $1,000 a week, or $1,000 a month, whatever, or a couple thousand, you have different. Everybody has different goals. Yeah, maybe we're getting a pullback. I'll try to look for another entry signal today. So the first zone, like, I called out one today, and like, I just wanted to do one trade a day. I could have called out, like, literally, I could have called out like 2 trades a day this week so far. That trade pretty much like worked out, like played out. Still kind of technically active if you held, like, never went to stop loss. It literally came down to the bottom entry zone, and this could have been a good trade so far. I mean, it pretty much came to the last take profit. All right, now it's like waiting for that breakout, I think, this morning, or seeing if we get like a different pullback entry, maybe a bigger pullback entry. New York session's loading though. I'm up. I'm gonna be alert. Try to look for another signal potentially. So I'll be in the chats if I see another good entry. I've called out 3 solid entries this week, so I'm not trying to force it. 46.30. Like, there's support around 46.30. Right now it's at 35. It's holding like that 35. I don't know. It's not a good entry at 35. It's kind of aggressive. I'd rather see if it goes back to like 46.30, 46.25 area if I was looking for more entries or a fresh entry. Why do a lot of traders fail? Because, well, trading's a skill set. It takes time to get good at trading. It does take time to get good, to know what you're doing. The emotional side of it, you know, you learn about your emotions. You go through things. So it's like it takes time to maybe go through different experiences where you even go through those different emotions. Because, like, you could, let's say you start trading day one. Day one, you're a new trader, and you start day trading, and you deposit money in your account, and you win 10 trades in a row. Life is good. And then next thing you know, you blow the account. There you go. You got your first experience. So it's like you know, you go through experiences, right? And your emotions get challenged along the way. Your emotions, your resilience, your patience, your discipline, your persistence, your belief in yourself, doubt, anxiety, stress, fear of missing out, fear and greed. A lot of stuff gets tested and challenged along the way, right? So you have obstacles along the way. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. So it takes time. So most people, when they start trading, they have very high expectations. Like, I'm going to start trading and I'm going to quit my job right away. That's like me. When I started trading, I had that high expectation. So most people have very high expectations. They get into the market. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to be a millionaire. You know, I'm going to make six figures, this, that, whatever. It depends on how you get portrayed it too. Like how, you know, like how trading gets portrayed to you, how you see it. Online, it looks, you know, on social media, it looks very lavish, you know, but there's a whole nother side to trading, right? On social media, it looks all fun and stuff, you know, like, but there's a lot of hours that go into it, time, dedication, having a strong self-belief, you know, as well. I think that's a big part of it for the long-term game. But yeah, like high expectations. You might be someone who started trading and you're like, I'm going to quit my job. Like a lot like me, when I first started trading, I was like, I'm going to quit my job right away. You know, I'm going to make a boatload of money. Doesn't really happen like that. So it's like high expectations kind of ruin like people's trading performance along the way. It's like you want to get to $10,000 a month. You gotta take a step back and look at like where you are in your life already. Like look at like what lane you're in life already. Like if you're making $2,000 a month, like how much money outside of trading can you make? Is it $2, $3, $4, $5,000 a month? Is it $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month? Like you kind of got to look at where you are right now in life, like your lane that you're in now, your financial lane. And this is not financial advice, but it's like, okay, here's where I am. How can I increase this by a couple $100 every week instead of trying to get to 10K a month right away? It's like, okay, if I'm only making $2,000 a month, my goal is to get to $2,500 to $3,000 a month with trading, not jump to 10K a month, not try to jump to six figures, right? It's like that might be more of the angle of the goal. It's like, how can I get myself to 3K a month or 4K or whatever? Like, how can I make $500 a week? You gotta think of these things, plan around it, right? It takes an account balance, so it takes finding a certain account balance for you to make X amount of money. Like, I just showed you guys this week how I put $1,700 in an account and made $8,000 on $1,700. Now, not everybody might be able to do that because me, I can throw $1,700 in an account and say, fuck it. I'm going to put $1,700 in an account and I'm going to risk $500. I'm willing to go in a $300, $400, $500 drawdown. So it's like about finding that balance, that risk tolerance. Maybe your balance is $500. Like maybe it's about finding that sweet spot. Maybe you can take a $500 account to $750 really easily, and you could do that in a couple trades or something. Like maybe there's a happy medium balance of an account balance, starting risk on that first trade. What's that first trade you're gonna risk? How much money are you gonna risk? And the setups you're taking. Because like I showed you, three signals. I've sent three signals this week, and I've made $8,000 on $1,700 with three trades basically. So it's not about it's not about the amount of trades. It's like how confident you are in your skills, your abilities. What's your risk? You got like. People don't like talking about risk and risking money, but that's the name of the game. That's like what you're doing in trading is risking. So how many times are you gonna risk, right, until it's like you're effective? Like you could take 100 trades And there's one trader who could take 100 trades and one trader who could take 10 trades. And the one who takes 10 trades could be way more profitable than the trader who takes 100 trades. So it's like for me, it took me 4 years to get to the point where I was like, I'm not, at a certain point I was like, I'm done I stopped risking 1-2% every trade. Because like, how many trades am I gonna risk? 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, and be right, be right, be right, be right, be wrong, be right, be right, be wrong. So it's okay. I'm right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong, right. But when I write, I try to be right big. When I'm lose, I try to manage how much I lose. Now, since December 1st, I've only lost 4 trades. So there you go. I don't lose as much as I win. I mean, finding your balance of like, is it $500? Like, I put $1,700 in an account this week, made $8,000 profit so far. I could do something like that maybe weekly, maybe sometimes more or less or more, I would say, with that starting balance. And that's me. I try to withdraw weekly, so I'm not trading on a funded account. If I could have 4 different conversations about this. I could talk about it if you're using a funded account, or if you're using a 100K account, or a 50K account, or a 20K account. There's different angles depending on how much money you have in your account. I'm willing to risk a lot more on smaller balances because I can flip it. Like, I have that style in me, that personality. Just like this week, $1,700. I think I posted it somewhere. I'll post it again. I posted it somewhere here. I forget exactly where. It's up 8,000. Now it's up $8,082. So for me, it's not about, like, I don't need 20K in an account to make 10,000 in the week. I don't need that. Obviously, having that, you get more proportionate with risk. Or if you have 100K in an account, yeah, maybe easier to make 10K in terms of percentage when you're looking at things in terms of percentage. We could have a whole different talk about that with funded accounts. If you're on I have a funded account. It has $370,000 in it. I don't trade it all the time. All I really need to do on that account is make 5% a month, and I could make 20 to 30K. I need to make 5-7% a month, and I can make $20,000 to $30,000 on that account. So that's a different conversation. Now, it depends on if you're funded or not. Like, there's different conversations, different routes of risk and trading. I mean, like, if you're trading 1, 2, 3% risk, you need a big account. I'm not trading 1% to do this. I'm not going, okay, I got my setup, let me risk 1% on this. Nah, I'm more like 10 to 20% risk, but I'm doing that on a balance I can afford to. If I blew this account the first trade, or between the first or second trade, I could start over. So it's like a business it's like an operate. It might sound like high risk, but high risk, high reward. I mean, this is how someone who makes money consistently in the market thinks. All right, about risk, about money, what I'm doing. Because if I'm doing something 500 times, like, I could do something 500 times and be right so many times, right? I've been trading for 10 years to realize I could do something right so many times and be right and be correct so many times, right? So if I'm correct so many times, I'm doing something 500 times, making decisions 500 times, right? Something like that. How often am I going to be correct to the point where it's like, I got to be effective on how correct I am? Like, if I'm right a lot, I want to be effective on that and not always look back and waste my time. I mean, I've been trading for over 10 years, so I'm talking from 10 years plus of experience. I'm not talking from, I didn't just start trading last year, a couple of years ago. I started trading in 2015. So Mindset's different with that being said. No trade right now. Like, I'm in buys, but they are at lower prices. Like, right now, like, if you're scalping, like, we're going to be doing some boot camps if you're in the inner circle in like 30 to 40 days from now. One's going to be like a day trading gold boot camp. I might do one on YouTube for the public, but we're going to do a day trading gold 101 and a scalping boot camp. It's probably going to be in like 30, 40 days. For those of you guys in the inner circle, when I launch the new website, around the time where I launched the new website, so we're gonna have a new website for the inner circle soon. I might have shown like a little bit of a sneak peek of it, but maybe I could show it one more time here if I can pull it up. Here's a little sneak peek of the website coming out, inner circle website 2.0 version. When I launch this, we're gonna do some boot camps. We're gonna do a day trading boot camp and a scalping boot camp. But yeah, this is just version. I don't even think I can click on this anymore. Wasn't supposed to show that. Oops, didn't want to show that. Never mind. Don't look at that. Didn't mean to show that. I just added like this blog thing. We added blog. Like, I'm adding stuff here. So blog insights. This is new. Gonna be adding some like blogs and stuff here, and gonna be adding a couple more sections here. But it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be fire. 2.0 version's coming soon. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to show that part, but alright. It is what it is. When we launch this, I'm gonna do when we launch this, that whole entire month, I'm gonna be training. Like, I'm not gonna be focused on signals as much. Like, I'm gonna be training that entire month and putting a lot of videos in the course section. But when we launch the new website, we're going to do like a day trading and scalping boot camp. I haven't done a scalping training in a while. I haven't done a scalping 101 scalping training in a while, so I'm going to do one of those soon. New York session loading. We're just holding like 46.35. You can see literally there's scalping reactions there. I think we could break today. Maybe retest. We got some news today coming out. If we come down, if we dump down, like I said, like, bullish bias gets invalidated if we break below like 46.20. Like, if we come back to 46.30, if we dump back down, or if we dump back down, as long as we stay above 46.20, 46.25 area, like, overall thinking we could be bullish still. We're gonna do a day trade. I'm gonna make a new course. It's gonna be on like scalping, day trading, some crypto stuff as well. Not a lot of crypto, but I'm gonna add some crypto stuff. But day trading 101. We're gonna call it day trading 101. If you're not locked in the inner circle yet, I would get locked in before 2.0 version launches. I'm working on it. It's probably almost done. I still want to add some things, tweak it up a bit. I just added this blog insights, which I'll talk about. I'll talk about what everything is when I launch it. There's a journal, trading journal. We're going to be live streaming through there. So I'm just going to live stream when we launch it through there. Classroom section. We have a lot of videos already. There's going to be a whole, I'm going to keep the same videos, but add a bunch of new videos as well to classroom section. So that's coming soon. But when we launch it, we're going to do like a whole boot camp, probably for like 3 to 5 days. It'll probably be like a 3 to 5 day boot camp. There'll be a lot of, all I could say is when we launch it, there's already like, this is just like, kind of like this is just a sample. So when it's done, there's going to be a lot of value. When this thing is complete and actually finished, there's gonna be like it's gonna look fire. It's gonna look sick. Like you're gonna like logging into it. It's gonna be user friendly. It's gonna look fucking sick. It already looks fucking sexy. Like look at the thing. This one, I wasn't supposed to click on that, but maybe you guys saw it. I wasn't supposed to click on that, but I did. I want to save that and another thing for another day. So yeah, if you're not in the inner circle, what can I say? What can I say, man? What can I say? If you're not in yet, when this comes, you might want to be inside. I would get in before this comes, to be honest. If you're not already locked in. So let's see, like, obviously 46.35 is holding. It's not a good entry. Like, it's a $5 level. There's 46.35. It is holding. It's not a good entry, but it is holding. Might just try to break up and continue. If price dumps in the morning, because we have news coming up soon, like, you could maybe have like lower entries still found as long as we stay above like 46.25. Even 46.30 would have been a good entry. 46.30, 46.25 area would have been good. I'm thinking we might have to go for like break and retest. God damn, 46.35 held pretty much. I'm in trades, but it's lower. Like it's down here. Like I have trades like down from back here that I was entering in London session with that signal that I sent out. I don't know. We could wait for news, see if news breaks price up and gives like some continuation, or see if news breaks price down and gives an entry after the news. Because like entry probably won't come until even after the news, to be honest. News could break price up and then maybe have continuations hold up after, or news could break the price down and give an entry after the news. But yeah, this is loading. We got this loading, just so you know. So when we launch this, all the live streams will be in here. All the live streams will just be like here inside the Inner Circle platform. So we won't have that playlist. The playlist will still remain, but we won't be doing the playlist. Won't be there anymore. I mean, it'll be there, but we'll be just streaming through here, and it'll be all the videos will be like here shown. Oh, we're breaking up right now. Mamma mia. 8 o'clock volume coming in. We're breaking up right now. Maybe going for that break and retest. Yo, hot TP hit. Pfft, man, I gave you guys the trade. Don't say I don't give you guys the entry zones. Like, don't say I don't give you guys the zones, because I do. And can we get breakout? Even last night, like, if you guys are paying attention to the things I say, I literally future predict price. Look at this. I literally predict the future. We are breaking out, so I mean, could maybe keep an eye on this retest if it breaks out fully, like it's trying to break out. But I literally predict the future. See these arrows? These are called the magic arrows. These arrows predict the future. All right. Sometimes they're wrong. I'll be honest. Sometimes they're wrong. I'm transparent with that. But majority of the time, these arrows right here, they're good at predicting future, the future price. Okay, so remember that whenever you see these arrows. The market literally went up, literally came back, and now it's pushed up. It literally did that. So don't say I didn't tell you. It's maybe a fake out, like it didn't break out. It didn't break out. It looks like maybe a fake out happening there. We could push down because that was literally like a fake out there. It tried to break out, but it didn't. Could dump down. Again, bullish bias as long as we remain above like 46.25, 46.20 area. Bullish bias overall. I'm staying bullish on gold until freaking March, all right? Until March. I'm going to stay bullish on gold, I think. Until like March, to be honest. Probably until March, to be real. We'll see. Like January's been bullish so far. February until March might be a bullish season as well. Like I'm gonna keep the longer term bullish bias for gold, probably until like March. Like, went over this. Like, gold investors stay bullish after record rally in 2025. So after one of the most explosive rallies in modern history, investors expect gold to pull a repeat in 2026. Many top money managers are still betting on further gains, arguing that the forces propelled bullion to records remain in place. So the forces that propelled it remain in place. That's what like a lot of these like managers, money managers, funds, banks, central, but like everything's kind of saying, institutions, that the forces that led gold to where it is still remain in place. A lot of like, that's like a lot of the longer term, like we could say like the longer term bias for gold is that a lot of people are saying. So strongest performance in half a century as retail institutional investors piled in alongside central banks. And then yeah, Bloomberg spoke with more than a dozen money managers. We've seen a lot of articles like this. We continue to expect gold to rally in 2026 as the drivers of its strong run remain intact. That was someone from Fidelity. Attacks on central bank independence. So, you know, confidence in major developed market currencies driving by attacks on central bank independence. I think we talked about that like last night. Yeah, it's an interesting article. This is by Bloomberg. That gold will reach 5,000 an ounce. Silver reach 100 an ounce within the next 3 months. Expect the bull run to stay intact in the near term. So most like big names, like most people are gold's pulling back right now. Look like a little fake out there. That was a little fake out, but there's a pullback happening. Our base case is for eventually moderating geopolitical risks to weigh and hedge to the demand of precious metals. Yep. Geopolitical risk. So yeah, they're hedged. Like a lot of central banks have been buying gold. Gold just pulled back before the news. I'm in gold buys already. My lowest entry is like around 46.30. Like if it could, like I'm in around my highest entry is 46.30. I have entries around 46.25. Like I'm in profit on gold, but that was from the signal that I sent last night based on the analysis. Like it's higher up. I'm gonna hold my buys for the news. See if price goes up. It's a hold or fold situation for me. But yeah, we just got like a mini pullback. Nothing crazy. News comes out in a bit. And yeah, we are consolidating still. We just got a fake out. Looks like some sell pressure just came in. Oh yeah, for me again, it's bullish bias as long as we remain above 46.25. If 46.25, like that area breaks, then I'll let the market, give the market some breathing room and see if there's like another zone later. Like for me, it's just one setup at a time. If that breaks, then it's like we come down to maybe retest 4,600. Maybe 4,610, 4,600 area. Like we're above this resistance for gold. So like if it doesn't hold 46.25, then I know it'll break down. So maybe test some of these areas like this previous resistance or 4,600. Maybe come to retest one of those areas that are lower. That could be like the 4-hour resistance. Like, don't know yet, but it'll come down to retest like one of these areas, maybe this 4-hour resistance here, or like 4600. We have 4600. That's a key level as well, very psychological level. That we are still above, maintaining still above 4600. So like if we lose 4625 today, I'll wait for it to come to maybe one of those other zones and see if there's something valid around there. Like, I won't force it and just enter right away. Like, I'll just wait. For now, we are above 4625. We are consolidating still technically. So yeah, if we lose 46 like 25, 4620 area, we might even pull back to it. Like, it's coming down to 4630 right now. If we lose that area, I'll wait for the next zone, and that might even be 4600. Like, what did gold hit? 4642. We are still above 4600. I think that is important for even the rest of the week. Whatever happens today, like 4600, we're above. We almost pulled back to 4630. So as long as we remain like above 4625, like I'm still gonna keep like bullish and see if we get a breakout. Otherwise, it will dump down and try to find that next zone. So patience, waiting, watching. We are pulling back. Yeah, it's definitely waiting for today's news from the looks of it. Market is waiting for the news. Look at gold. It's been pretty sideways here. And hey, still, like, we have that resistance. It still could maybe go for a break and retest. It looked like it went for a fake out there. So yeah, in about, what time is it? 22 minutes, there's PPI news coming out. 22 minutes, there's high impact news. If you're looking for a trade, you know, you could even wait for after the news to see where the market is. I'm not going to send a signal before the news. I'm gonna wait. I don't wanna send a signal before it. If anything, after the news, I'll send a signal. If there's a good one, if there's a good trade, you know. Not trying to force anything. For the morning, though, I'm going to wrap this session up. Just want to jump on quick before the day starts. Go over some analysis on some things I'm looking at. Like I said, we're still consolidating above that resistance. We could potentially hold. If we lose that level, it's looking like we're coming to 4630. If we lose that, then market may try to go back down to like 4600. That would be the next zone. I'd maybe monitor around 4600. So I don't chase price like that. Yeah, it has pulled back. I have an entry around 4630 and lower. So like 4630, 4625. I do have entries. Now news is high risk, so I don't usually call it signals or talk about trades that I'm in when it's like news before the news, but 2630, I do have trades at 2630 where prices kind of just reacted at right now. 2630 and lower. Now there is news in 20 minutes, so you know, brace yourself. There is news. So, just saying, you know, just saying. Don't know how the market's going to look after the news, but yeah, I do have entries at like 4630 and then 4625 area. It is kind of a risky one because there is news coming. I'm going to hold my trades and just see because I do have some lower entries. But yeah, I have some stuff around 4630. And then lower, like around 4625, that area. If we don't hold, I don't see the. I don't like. If we don't hold, I know, like, okay, a lot of people are wondering, like, if we don't hold, where's the next trade? Like, that's not how trading always works for me, guys. Like I don't go, okay, I'm gonna buy here and put my stop loss here. It's more about like analyzing the setup, what I see. If I see like a setup, like it's like, okay, if this doesn't hold, where do we have the next trade? I don't know. We don't always predict like that. We're not doing analysis always. Like we're looking for trades, so it's like it could be around here, right? Like I said, like where could it be around, right? I don't always go like, okay, then the next trade's gonna be here, and you know, if it comes here, I'm gonna do this. No, I mark areas and I watch the areas. I mark zones. Like a lot of the analysis I do is live with you guys. So like maybe around this high, like you can see we're still holding that resistance. So like maybe that's an area we respond off of, or like I said, 4,600. Now for me, it's kind of like I trade like one thing at a time that I see. Yeah, I do have some entries around 4630, but the overall like analysis is like seeing if we stay above 4625. If we lose 4625, guys, it'll, you know, it's gonna just try going for a lower zone. That could be around 4600, or like that 4-hour resistance I just showed you. Maybe that 4-hour resistance down here, where there's resistance that we're still technically above. But yeah, let's see what gold does in like 20 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up for the morning. Make sure you guys, if you're in the inner circle, make sure you guys are on tonight's training session at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you guys jump on that session tonight. 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, I am in buys. I have entries around 4630. Like I said, 4630, 4625 area. I'm going to hold it for the news. I don't recommend always doing that, but that's what I'm doing. We try to wait for after the news. Maybe there's a signal I can pop up, you know. I mean, light risk if you're going to do it. Light risk, let's say the least. But yeah, like 4630 is my highest entry. Now, I'm in it. Now, again, this isn't a signal. I'm not dropping a signal saying buy here, stop loss, take profit. I'm just telling you what I see, what I'm doing. News comes out in 15. Right? So, this is all I'm looking at. It's coming to the zone now. Maybe, it's coming near 6. Yeah, it's pretty much coming back to like all my entries. It's pretty much coming back to like all the entries that I have. So yeah, like it's literally in my entry zone. I'm still in it. It's either going to hold for the news or not. So if you're copying, you know, light risk maybe, or wait for after the news if anything. But yeah, it's coming back to the zone. I don't know if it breaks down, guys. I don't know where that next setup is. I don't always like, it's not always like that where we kind of have the next setup predetermined. I would say closer to 4600, maybe 4610, 4600 area. I would say closer to 4600. Yeah, gold. I'm in gold. And let's see what happens in 15 minutes. Like 4630 is not a bad entry. It's not a bad one. Like I was saying, remember I was saying 4635 it's an all right entry. It's all right. I'm in buys. I'm going to hold them. And see how the news goes. Maybe it pumps. Maybe it does a mega pump. And yeah, maybe it does. This is like when you trade, if you're trading like this, like obviously like I'm up for the week. I have my risk determined. I already withdrew from my account as well. So it's like I'm good. See, gold buys 4630, maybe 4630, 4625 area, 4630, 4625 area. I'm warning you, it would be a news trade. It's a news trade, so you know there's risk. You know, just disclaimer, quick disclaimer. All right, don't want you guys, you know, freaking out after. It's like you either trade the news or you don't. I don't always trade the news, but I'm in my setup still that I took like earlier. News is either going to react for us or dump down and again find like a lower zone and maybe go for the move after. Let's see, there's like some minutes. Might hold 46.30, 46.25 area. What I'm gonna do though is wrap it up before the news. Let's see if there's a signal after the news. I'll drop one. I just told you guys the trade that I'm in. You know, 46.30, 46.25 area. $46.30 might hold. If there was no news, I wouldn't. You know, news sometimes makes you overthink. But if there was no news, I'd just be looking at this the same way I am. If it was just a regular trading day, sometimes news makes you overthink things. But I'm just going about things how I normally would, I guess, like a normal day in the market. I know news. Like I try not to overthink about the news. Like, what do you think the news is gonna do? You could always wait. Like if you guys checked out the video on my YouTube channel, the most viewed video, it's about how to trade the news. You could always wait like 15 to 30 minutes after the news and see where the market is. Like if 15-30 minutes after price is lower, there could be potential buys. Like let's say the news dumps, there could be potential buys with that being said. Like you could always wait, like I said, 15-30 minutes after news and see where price is. I don't know where price is going to be 15-30 minutes after the news. I don't trade like that. I don't try to guess where is it going to go. I don't trade like that. I trade setups, right? We've been over this plenty of times for those of you guys that tune in. So it's like it's your planning. You plan around everything. Like I'm planning around this. It's like win or lose for me. It's either I'm going to win or lose. I'm either going to be right or wrong. I don't care about where does it go after? Well, you know, I'm not trying to be a perfectionist. I'm either going to win or I'm going to lose, right? And then if I lose, I'll see where the market is at that point. And if there's a setup, there's a setup, right? I'm not trying to predict things ahead of time. Like, okay, what if this happens this? What if it goes? No, the market's going to do what the market's going to do, right? The news is going to come out. It's either going to dump or it's going to pump, right? If it dumps, I can evaluate where things are after. I could say, okay, maybe it's in a spot. Or I could take another setup. I don't have to do that though. I could accept it for what it is, right? So it's one way or the other, to say the least. Let's see what happens. We'll see what happens, folks. I'm out though. I'm out. I'm gonna wrap her up. I'll see everybody next session. I'm gonna go to the gym in a bit. Gotta start my day here. Maybe we get the pump and it's as simple as that. And I'm sitting here 20 minutes from now. It's like, yo, anyone see that pump? I'm in buys. I'm in buys around 46.30, 46.25 area, inside of that area. I'll tell you that. But again, there is news. Brace yourself. It's just my disclaimer for the day. I've sent 3 signals this week. This isn't a signal. I'll drop a signal in the chats. Like if you're in Inner Circle, I dropped a signal last night. Technically, this signal is still holding. Never hit stop loss. And it went to take profits. We never got the breakout. That could still be something. If price pumps and you're in, get out. If you're in gold, if you got in a buy, I mentioned how I'm in buys. And price pumps on the news, just get the fuck out, all right? If price pumps, just get the fuck out. If price pumps, just GG it. Go back to bed. All right. Eat some chicken. I just ordered food. $46.30. $46.30. I hope it pumps. I hope it pumps on the news. I'm in buys, so I hope that shit pumps. Let's see. Let's see. After today, let's see if after today I'm gonna be saying I'm never trading news again. Never fucking trading news again. Never trading the news again. I did say 46.30 would be a better entry. You know, there you go. Quick 20 pips on 46.30. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I did say 46.30 as well, you know. That's a. But yo, I gotta go though. I gotta start my day here. Where I'm in buys. This is it. Otherwise, it would be, if I wasn't in buys already, I would say, okay, we're just waiting for news and we're going to see where the market is after news. And we'd be either just waiting for price to dump, maybe 15, 30 minutes after news, see where price goes. Like, price is either going to pump, maybe confirm direction, or dump and then find a buy setup. So, I mean, if I wasn't already in a buy, I'd be having to wait just like 30 minutes after news, maybe to see if there's a signal or setup, depending on the direction of the news. News could go down. News could go down and create a buy, or it's gonna pump up and continue. I did say 26.30. I did say I did say 26.30. There's some quick pips there. I did say 26.30. There's 30 pips right there, quick and easy, scalping. 101, 26.30. I mean, there's 40 pips right there. I did say 26.30 even before it came to 26.30 a while ago. There's a quick 40 pips for your head top. All right. Hope this thing explodes on the news. It might not. It might explode. It might not. See that 46.30? Little reaction. 46.30. Slight reaction. Did I not say 46.30? Couple times. I think I said it a couple times. Look at that. 50 pips real quick. Right. I did say 46.30. I said I'm in buys at 46.30. So anyway, like I told you guys. I could have sent it. I'm telling you, man, I could have sent this. Man, why didn't I just send the signal? I bitched out there. There's your there. All right, get out, get the fuck out. News is coming. That's why I don't try to overthink the news. I just try to kind of trade what's in front of me. Say fuck it. Can't control the news, but news is hitting in like 5 minutes. Better to be out of trades. Like, you can always scalp something before the news. You can always find trades before the news. Last night, people are asking me, what do I think about the news today? And I was saying, well, the news happens at 8:30, so it's like whenever you have high impact news, you could catch trades before it. Like, I caught, like, the buy signal I sent was in profit well before the news, so it's like you can always catch trades before the news. Even right there, literally could have just scalped that and said, okay, I'm done before the news. Either gonna lose some money or make some money today. I still think gold is bullish, regardless of what happens with the news. Still think we're like bigger picture bullish. If news dumps price, probably 15-30 minutes after, it could reverse. But y'all, make sure you guys, if you're in the inner circle, make sure you guys are on tonight's session. It's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, so that's tonight. That's in like 12 hours from now. Make sure you guys tap in. See, gold just did a quick pullback right before the news. Just went up 50 pips, came back 60 pips. That's gold for you. It might dump, like it could dump. Remember, news is not always the best thing to be involved in. I say that. This is what I'm doing. I'm explaining what I'm doing. So like, you know, like what I'm doing today. Yeah, you know, that I'm just teaching, going over some live analysis, what I see. But I'm gonna wrap it up before this news drops. I'm not gonna be on live for it. If anything, I'll drop a signal afterwards. I am in buys between, like I said, 46.30, 46.25 area. I do have buys on gold. And you see, if it pumps on the news, if it pumps, I will close those buys. If it pumps real quick, I will get out. All right, but I gotta go. I'll see everybody tonight, or maybe in a little bit. I gotta go train. I gotta think. What time is it? Yeah, I gotta go. Make sure you guys are on tonight, though. Inner Circle session, 8:30 p.m. It's gonna be a good session. There'll probably be a lot to talk about later after the news too. Yeah, I am in buys 26.30, 26.25 area, like in this area. It's a little bit above my entries. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I'll be in the chats. You'll probably see me in the chats in 5 minutes from now. And let's see. I don't really have an idea for after the news. The only thing I can think is like if it dumps, maybe 15-30 minutes after it reverses. If it pumps, it's like it breaks out potentially, and it's like, okay, maybe it continues then. Different if it pumps. I'll see everybody next stream. Remember, 8:30 tonight. Make sure you guys are on that session.